Right, the rain's gone, which is good. It's turned out quite a nice day now. The sun's starting to come out. It's getting a bit hot. Now what I've done, I've just set myself up, and the first thing I'm going to show you is a specialist float. It's a paste float, and it's a paste waggler of all things. I've seen the Thai guys using it, and I thought, oh, I'll have a look at that. Anyway, I basically this is my first time with it, and I'm going to show you roughly what the float's about. It comes in tubes like this, and roughly it's about 3 BB, and as you can see, it's very similar to the Stillwater Blue, except the difference here is that it's got a carbon stem with a sprung eye and a nylon multicolored tip. Now, the idea of this, of course, is so that when you put the minimum of shot on the float to balance it so you've got the bristle sticking out of the water, by the time you put your paste on it, it should sink to about there. So then you can count down the rings or the colours on the actual bristle. So when you get a bite, obviously it's going to go away. As it disintegrates, it's going to gradually come up in the water, the paste. And the idea with paste fishing, as we know, is to basically allow the paste to become the ground bait. So every time you strike, that little blob is left in the swim. I'm going to demonstrate that now in a minute. If you have a quick close up to the eye, see the eye? Yeah. And the bristle. Yeah, and it's a balsa body. Okay. They come in smaller sizes as well for pole fishing, for inside work, for canals, and also commercials, work on commercials. These are smaller versions. There you see. These will be available in the UK because I'm going to bring them home with me. Okay, right, now I've just set one up on my line. As you can see, what I've done here, I've got 2 number 4s and a number 8 lock-in. Okay, and now I've got nothing on the line. I've actually plumbed the depth, dead depth. So the dead depth will bring the float bristle to about there. Okay, so I know now when I put the blob of paste on, which will be almost like free lining, I'll be obviously swinging this out into the swim, and as I say, when I get a bite, I'll be striking, hopefully with a fish on. If not, the bait will come off the hook, stay in the water, which becomes the ground bait. And I'll demonstrate that now. I've just made up some paste. Okay, now the paste is actually made out of pig pellets, which you can buy in Thailand. Have a look at that, see? Yeah. Very similar to trout pellets. Okay, so as I say, you could use trout pellets. You could use trout pellets as well as a paste. Of course, I got my own ingredient, which I've had put paste in with trout pellets, but that's on the gold medal ground baits range. Now with the paste, I've mixed it so it's quite dry but soft, so it should stay on the hook. And I'm going to demonstrate now. I've just got a blob of it. I've just put it onto the hook, moulding it round, making that little blob. Okay, a bit of paste like a round. Okay, now that hopefully should set the float perfectly in the water. So now I'm going to cast out about 2 rod lengths, underarm. Okay, I'm just letting that settle now. Right, it's settled in the water. I don't know whether you can actually see that. See if I can get that closer up. Yeah. The bristle is basically, as I said, that's dead depth. There's a bite there now, just developing now. I can see them knocking the actual bait. Now the bristle's coming up in the water. Now that tells me that the bait may have come off, so I'm going to strike into that. Oh, there's a fish on. Well, look at that. Oh.
Wow.
There you are, first chuck on the paste. And I catches one of these sort of roachy type of barb. Like a tinfoil barb there. Lovely fish, look.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you are. I'll put that back in the water. Okay, so that demonstrates how to fish the paste. Okay, here's a little handy tip. With the pellets themselves, you can make a little bed on the bottom of your swim because they will disintegrate. And as I say, when paste fishing, basically the fish become filter feeding. In other words, it's sucking it out off the bottom in amongst the silt. And of course, when they see that blob of paste, they automatically suck that in. But we'll make a bed by throwing this around the float. Well, I got a fish straight away. Oh, another one. Another one bites the dust. Now, the thing is with paste fishing as well, obviously you're going to attract a lot of small fish, but you will eventually start getting the bigger fish. And the way to get bigger fish is actually put a bigger ball of paste on, because sometimes that will attract the fish. I will attract the bigger fish. Yeah, so bigger blob this time. Another miss bite. As I say, you will get a lot of miss bites with this method. And you can adapt this method with a pole as well quite easy. Instead of obviously a small waggler like this, you could use a small waggler, the smaller type, but use it with a pole. But it means obviously unshifting the pole. Bigger fish. Okay, right. Now I purchased these landing nets over here. Oh, look at that.
Ôi,
No,
ôi.
that's a red-breasted pacu.
Chắc là mệt nên.
A member of the piranha family. So watch your bloody fingers on these.
Ôi.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the teeth. See the teeth
Oh, cheese.
in his gob? Look.
Ah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So be careful of these because they can nip you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously not the type of thing you want to do back home, but
Slowly.
there you are.
Yeah.
Lovely looking fish.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, missed that bite then. I missed that bite, I struck, but that blob of paste has stayed in the water as part of the ground baiting. Well, I'm catching pretty consistent at the moment. Still looking for the bigger fish. Okay, right, here's another type of float. Made in Thailand. Quite colourful floats. And my first impression when I first looked at them, thought, oh, they're Mickey Mouse. You know, sort of thing that noddies would use. However, I found out different. One of the anglers, John Harvey, had a slightly bigger version of this, and he was using these floats as a slider. Obviously with bigger fish in mind, such as carp, etc. Now these type of floats, looking at them, they're almost like a reverse pair with plastic tip. Now the thing about these floats as well, you can actually take the tips off. Let me show you. Take it out of the packet. Yeah. You can actually take the tips out, and you can actually put an extra extension in if you want, or in some cases you can even put in these light floats, these the ones that light up. I don't use them myself often, but I'm sure you know what I mean. What they call them, Baker lights, are they, I think? So you can actually put them in the tip itself. But in this case, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to show you how these work. And I think that these would work particularly well on a lot of venues back home, especially as a slide-in float. I just dropped that. Thank you, Noprit. Noprit's filming this for me. So as you see, and now I'm going to demonstrate now. I've shotted one up ready. Now, there's about 7 foot of water in front of me. So what I've done, I've actually just set the float at about 2 foot. 2 swan and a small number 8 down. Big hook, of course, because I'll be using a big bread punch. Now, if you look at the float, I've got it sliding up the line, up to the 7 foot marker, and I'm using 2 rubber stops. Now you can buy the rubber stops. I'll show you what they look like. They use them for all sorts of things like leadering and float fishing, and they're quite easy to do. They've got a little loop on the end. You just put the line through and push the rubber stop up the line. And what I've done, I've got 2, because one on its own will slide a little bit sometimes with casting and playing fish, but 2 will hold it in position. So when I cast this out, the float will slide up the line and set just like that. Now, it's proven to be better than a fixed waggler, believe it or not. And I'm going to show you that now. Okay, I'm using quite a large meat punch for a bread punch. Got my slice of bread, I put it on my plastic container, and I'm going to punch it. Can you see that? Yep. I'm transferring that into the hook. Okay, I'm going to double punch it. The hook. Now, you can cast this overarm or underarm, but because I'm not fishing very far out, I'm just going to cast it underarm, and you can watch how the float sort of settles in the water. Okay? Right. As you can see, the line is sliding. The stop is now holding the float, and I got a bite almost straight away by the look of it. Bobbing around a little bit. Tells me the small fish having a go. Yeah, they took the bait. I guess they took the bait then, because the movement of the float had stopped. So double punch it again.
Yeah, I think you should have went to the kitchen today.
Yeah, that's John in the background, the owner. He's doing a spot of fishing himself. Feeder fishing. It's on the lift right then. It's a nice one.
Oh, slowly.
Oh, put it back. Okay, so that shows you the bread punch fishing with the sliding float. That's settled on the bottom now. So when the fish takes it, it's just slides away.
Bump.
Yeah, I'm getting lots of bites at the moment, but not hitting them. But yeah, see. Oh. What happens then? That little ball, little knob of paste, which that was on the hook, has come off now. Well, if the fish hasn't had it, it's in the swim,
Yeah.
so it's still attracting the fish to that spot. So
Yeah.
there's always some food.
But you just targeting the smaller fish, but I mean,
Well,
this
this will but this will actually catch the bigger fish now and again. You know, it'll catch the big redtails, but yeah, mainly it's all small.
Yeah.
You know, pound, 2 pound fish. Right. Yeah, I mean, if you target big fish, use a big bait, and you just sit and wait and wait. But with this, it keeps you interested.
Yeah.
Keeps, you know, keeps.
Yeah, you're active all the time.
Yeah, it keeps you active, you know. I'm going to wait long and I'll get a bite again, you know. Yeah. Oh. And when you hook them, they go mad because they don't realise they're hooked, you know, on the paste. Sometimes, if you get it right, you start catching a fish almost every chuck, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's just I'll let it settle. Just on the bottom there now. It's phenomenal. Like, I don't know why. It's just
Must be more aroma coming off it.
yeah, probably more aroma, and it's disintegrating, and it's like yeah. That's driving me mad. Like, I suppose especially in a venue like this, because you have got a lot of those small barbs in here, and I think that's a lot of the time they're actually those little barbs just you know. Because I just gone to a bigger hook now, because I was pulling out of too many before. more fish at it, they're like taking it and knocking it.
Yeah.
So I think I'll just wait a bit longer, I think, and wait for them to take that float well under. I found it, you know, you can feel it, you can bump them like you can feel them just on the end. Trouble is with pace fishing, they're actually sucking and blowing it, they're not actually getting it down because they're like filter feeding.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen a fish in a fish tank where they suck and blow?
Yeah.
That's what they're doing here, you know. When you fish for pace, that's generally what they do. You know, you're fishing a particle bait, you know, where you're hooking it. You know, it's staying on the hook, then, you know, obviously they're eating it like.
Yeah, yeah.
So with this, I'm surprised, normally you get a lot of foul hook fish as well with this method. Who's that?
My sandwich is ready. Ham and tomato and mustard.
Alright, don't reel it all the way up. That's it. Now you need the net. Hey! Well done. Same, yeah. Yeah, like a chub. Yep. No, put him on this mat. Yeah, don't put him on the grass, put him on the mat. That's it. Yeah. Better. Lovely. Right, okay, I've had a few now on the paste and on the bread, on the floats that I showed you. Now there's something else I want to show you. This is like a cage feeder. It's an inline cage feeder, and these are very popular in Thailand. Yeah, let me see that. You run the line through the centre and you put a stopper and you put your hook length, your hook tails. And what they do, they make quite a big ball around this cage. You can make smaller ones as well. Okay, so you got like two sizes there. I've got one made up. This one is running. Okay, so it's basically running down the line with my stoppers. I've got about 2.5, 3 foot tail. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually show you how they, I should say, use these feeders. First of all, they put a little bit of polystyrene just on the hook, and that helps the buoyancy.
Call from +444120414009.
Bread flake on, quite a big bit, like that. You squeeze it on the shank, leaving it all a bit fluffy on the bottom. Now, what they do with the feeder, they actually mould a ground bait, which is like a mixture of breadcrumb and sort of pig meal. You know, it's quite a bit of a mixture around, and they make quite a big one like that, see, which suspends on the line. And what they do then with the bait, they actually just embed that in the ground bait, mold it, so when they cast out, there's no tangles, and as it dissolves, that bread will float out, and that's when they get the bites. So let's hope we try and catch one now. Okay. Well, here I'm just going to show you another method that they use. They get a bit of toilet paper and they put it on the line. Here, that's their bite indicator. Obviously, when you get a bite, that's going to shoot up, you know, in the air. It reminds me of swing tip fishing, really. Because when you get bite on this, it's going to be positive. Oh, there you go. There's something. Here you are. It shows all the liners and everything.
Còn some clean, you see clean man make on
Hmm?
and crack.
What did you say then?
กระดิ่งแครก on top. You can hear.
You mean a bell?
Yeah.
That's sea fishing. We're not sea fishing, honey.
You have fish. You said eat the line.
But it's definitely showing all the liners and every little movement.
Yes. Oh, big อยู่นะ big อยู่
How's that then?
Yeah.
On the bread? On that feeder?
Yeah, big อยู่นะ Open your mouth.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Does work.
Oh, big อยู่นะ No small, big อยู่นะ
No, the last one was a lot bigger when I tried to get you to.
Nice.
Yes, another one of them like Aesop.
Yeah, สวยลูก
Yeah, Aesops.
Yeah.
It's like a mullet come chips.
Yeah. Oh, come off. อุ้ยเลดเทลเห็นไหม
Yeah, can you, oh, you got a net big enough?
เนี่ยอยากถ่ายรูป เดินไป no no there กันไทยเอ็ดแล้วคลาย red tail I think they Thai it
Get his head up, is it? Why don't you put the phone down?
no I think oh เดี๋ยวเว
If you put the phone down, you could have got him then.
yeah 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 always
That's right, the man will help, you know. Yeah, keep filming. Keep filming. Yeah, you keep filming.
oh okay ขอบคุณค่ะ thank youไทยเอ็ดแล้ว yes 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 บุ้ย so big อยู่นะ โอ้ย
Have you got forceps?
Yes.
Forceps.
¡Se la fue! Boy, come on, big cat. I never see
Yeah,
them.
mate. Yeah, they've only got lips. Oh, I've got a bit on there. Where is it? Right down there. Yeah.
Careful.
They're strong, though, aren't they?
Careful.
I can actually see his the hook, and his long bloody. Got a long one now. No. That's the longest I got.
Tower. What?
Have you got not got a long disgorger? No, not longer than that. I got one about that length, but that's not good. I just cut the line off. It's a barbless hook. It'll fall out.
No, this เนี่ยไง not far นี่ไง into there
No, he's not. He's right down. He's on his second gill, like.
นั่นไงแมนคายแล้วลูกเว้ยแบบนี้
That might do it. Yeah. Oh. Right, let's take a look at that.